but I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to get it.
Okay, so basically you'll get the screen here.
But he's on what? Manufacturing?
Yeah, we're going to go on to the manufacturing tab. This is how you move inventory between locations. You know, Bob calls you and says, hey, send over 8204, 2 pallets of it. You go into the manufacturing tab, which you're already in, and each icon has different functions.
Click on another tab on top so you can see the difference.
Yeah. So if you go to
No, on top. The next one, yeah. Click on that one. See how it changes?
Yeah.
you get different icons.
All right, so everything's different from the top. But we're just working on the manufacturing part, right?
Yeah, manufacturing and PO receiving.
Okay.
So manufacturing, most of your activity will be with this box with the 2 arrows. That's inventory, transactions, and locations. So that's what you do to move inventory between locations.
Yes.
If you want to send it to Joey, or Joey wants to send it to you, or you send it to Monson, this is how you move it between inventory locations. So go ahead and click on that. Clear that out. Hit backspace. We'll get these numbers out. We can just do that. And click on the search button there. It'll pull up all the different parts. So as you can see, this screen tells you everything that is in our system. It's defined by WIP, finished goods, or raw materials.
Wow.
So all these within FG are finished goods. Those are the finished products that we sell to the customers. WIP obviously is work in process, something that's
Going through
the whole thing, and the raw materials are obviously raw materials. So if we
Could
click,
they switch those so that all the finished goods, the WIP, and what are all together, or is it?
you can
Oh, you
probably
better
sort somehow. I don't know how, but I'm sure there's a way to maybe if you click on it, it sorts it. Yeah. But really, the easiest way, if you want to move something, if you know that you're going to move a certain product code, you type it in up here, and click
It finds
on
it
that
for
column.
you?
It finds it for all.
So
Nice.
let's try doing that. If we
I know, like if you type O1A %,
Yeah.
the percent is a default, so it'll pick up everything that starts with those.
yeah. So if you want to
characters.
try that, right in the top column, say we want to look for 01A, and you've done this with the percent.
Yes.
So with the percent sign right there, and now hit the search button.
01 there. What is that?
Yeah, right there. So it pulls up all the items that begin with 01A.
Oh, wow.
So if you know you have to transfer 01A, blah, 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 instead of searching through that whole list, you could either type in the code or just type in the shortcut with the percentage sign.
This is almost all the products we
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
so now if you click on one of them, we may have to put some inventory in stock. And this is the test database, so we can do whatever.
Click
we
it
want.
twice.
Yeah, click it. Okay, so it brings up this screen here. Somebody's already played around with this because there's already locations in there, which is fine. So let's add to a location. So if you, I'm sorry, you already have quantities in there even. So now if you want to transfer, say you want to move this 2,000 that are in 1100 to 1200, you right click on that 2,000. And these are how the different functions you have. So you can add to a location, say we do, something, oh shit, we found an extra 10, we want to put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
That would be adding.
Yeah.
If you want to move it from 1100 to 1200, you click on location to location. And now what it automatically does, because you're on 1100, it's going to take it from 1100. You do the drop down screen from where you want to send it to.
1200.
Yep.
You want to put it down? Or?
No, you just do this little drop down. Click on those 3 buttons there, and it gives you the options. So click on any one of the 1200s there. Select. Okay, so now what it did is you chose to send it from 1100 to 1200. Type in your quantity. You have 2,000 to play with. So if you want to put in, transfer 500 or whatever you want to do, and then hit OK. As you see, it took the 2,000, dropped it to 1,500, and then it added the 500 to that one.
So you just moved it from
So I just moved
Bradford to Andover.
Whatever.
Right,
Yeah,
1100.
Yeah, so I just
Right.
moved from 11 to 1200.
So
That's
that's your simple transfers.
That's it.
That's all you have to do, back and forth. Sometimes what you'll see at the beginning is this may be blank, so you may need to add a location because until we populate the
Can we do
database.
that? Show me how to add one.
So if you hit the plus sign, assign a new location. So let's say we're going to move it to Monson, for example. So put in 1600. Or you can do the drop down. The arrow that's right there. Yep. Or anyone that's not chosen.
You can slide down.
Yeah. So choose 1600. Just hit OK. And what that did is it created 1600 in here for you. Now, at the beginning of using this, I think we're going to have to do this a lot.
Right.
But as we establish these locations for each part, it'll be in there. So all we have to do is select it.
So once they're in there,
I
don't
think
have
so.
to. Yeah.
I think so. So now it's the same thing. You know, you just added the location 1600. If you were going to move it to 1600, you do the same steps that you just did.
So go ahead and do that.
So
Move.
click on 1100 again. Right click.
That's the key. Is you got to get used to
Right click.
when to right click, when the left click.
Location to location. So now you're going from 1100. Let's send it to 1600.
Did I do it wrong already?
Yep, the bottom one. Just click on it and select. And however many you want to transfer, you got to put in the
So
quantity.
put it in a quantity.
Yeah,
Oh.
type in a number, whatever, 50 or whatever.
So watch what happens to the quantity
Oh, oops, I messed up already.
from the one you're transferring it from. So you're on 1100. You've got 1500 in there. So you're gonna transfer 600.
Yeah, you got to put in the quantity. Yep.
I'm
600?
No.
Like, yeah, however many you want to do.
No.
Do the 1500. Do the
I was
whole.
doing 1500.
Yeah.
And hit
Okay.
OK.
Well, you got 15,000. So you.
Now it tells you you don't have it, right?
It
That's
tells
right.
you you're going to go negative.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because you
That's a
don't
good
have
part
it.
of this.
Yes, I
Oh,
like that.
so if you don't have it, it's
You can't, right.
gonna come down. Screen's gonna come out negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Now
it.
does it transfer whatever you had?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah. Let's,
All right, let's go see.
Yeah.
So go ahead and cancel out of that, and it's going to make you do, it's going to make you do that transfer all over again. So click on the 1100 location. All right. You're gonna
Right click.
right click it. All right. Location to location. You're going to move it to Monson.
Oops.
All right.
And select.
All right. Transfer the whole amount, which is 1,500, not 15,000.
15,000.
1,500. You can see it in the window. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
There, it moved it for you.
Yeah.
So you can see.
So
It's
if you
right
do
there.
extra, it won't move whatever you have.
Yeah.
So can you scroll
So
up? Scroll up on
At that point,
window.
that's a good area to do the cycle count. Add to location.
So Scott, 1100 is gone as a location right after he made that transaction because there's no quantity in there. So
Yeah.
it takes the location out.
Okay.
So we are going to be adding in locations a lot.
So let's see if we have the option to transfer that 1500 back to 1100. So click on that. Location to location. See if it's in your drop-down
So
screen there.
do the drop down. Back that out. Yeah. And use your drop down window.
The three buttons there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's not
1100
there.
isn't there. So we're going to be adding locations. If there's no inventory, it's not going to
or
show.
you can leave a yard in there.
Or you can leave a
Or
yard
you
in
can
there.
leave a yard.
Yeah, yeah.
Transfer all but one.
That's not a bad idea. If we want to do that, so that eliminates that one step for us to just keep
Until you get used to it, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
yeah.
can do it on everything.
So you.
Because if I call Fabric over,
So here you go. You're gonna.
Your
you-
fabrics over there.
You're gonna have to add 1100.
Yeah.
So let's say you want to transfer it from Munson. Well, actually, you don't even have. I don't even see. Okay, yeah, it's there.
Yeah, months.
So transfer your inventory from Munson to Bradford.
So we're gonna add 1100 back in there though.
That's right.
I
It's not-
am. So I have to get out of here, right?
Well, you're gonna have to add the location,
Yeah, so you're gonna cancel this.
the plus sign.
The green plus sign. We want to add 1100. There should be a workaround for that. I'll investigate.
gotta be,
that.
right?
Because that just adds a lot of work.
Yeah.
It adds several extra steps every
yeah.
time.
Okay, right?
Try it. See what happens.
There it is.
Here's 1100. Now make your transfer. So you're gonna go up to 1200. Oh, I'm sorry, 1600 because you're gonna take it out of, and you're gonna right click it,
It would be better if we could see
and you're gonna go
the
locations
all
to
the
right.
time. That way, you can see it.
Use
if
your
it's
drop-down
empty
window.
or it's not
You
empty.
could just select it.
Click the location you want to move it to.
And see if that's possible.
Select OK.
And when we're calling fabric
no,
over,
you gotta select it.
Yeah.
you can't leave it
Right.
behind.
Put in
It's
your
a roll.
quantity.
You don't wanna leave it roll, so.
Yeah.
1500?
Yeah.
And maybe
the whole
he'll tell
thing.
us we can't do it, but it's-
Look where you are though. Look where
least
your
for now,
cursor
at
is.
least.
Yeah.
You're in the
No,
wrong.
And once we run
Use your
this, it's gonna
drop-down
be
window.
easier than the Vex. The Vex.
Yeah, this is just going to take time to
Yeah,
get used
Click
to.
1100 and select it.
Probably 6 months, I'd say, and then we're pretty fluid.
Great. Now put in your
How
quantity.
much
How much you want to transfer? Wait a minute. You gotta move your cursor.
Click
We'll
down
be
here.
using it, yeah.
Oops.
Okay. Click OK.
Is it 1500?
So Scott, that's what
Yeah, on the
happens.
side, you know,
He
yeah.
moved.
I like
He
that
moved
idea.
all
It ups and down,
1500
tells you where
Yeah.
it's
from
moving.
Munson to back to Bradford.
Yep.
And Munson, the Munson location disappears.
Disappears.
So I'm gonna investigate, see if there's any way to keep that in there even at a zero balance.
Yeah.
Because for us having to add that location each time is an extra step in the
right.
process.
Yep. Okay. So that's adding and moving.
So that's moving stuff around.
What else is on the list?
We had the POs, receiving of POs.
Okay.
So you can close this.
What about? I'm sorry. What about if he wants to check on a quantity for something? Can he do it through here?
What do you mean?
Like say
Check
I call
inventory?
him up and I
Yeah.
say, I want 5,000 yards of.
Let's do it.
Well, I think
That's
that's
what
what
this
the screen
is.
is actually doing. So if we pulled up this code, we're going to see all these items with these locations,
Oh, okay.
and that'll tell us what do we have in 1200, what do we have in 1100.
And if you don't see the location, you
It's-
add the location, right? And it should.
If you don't see it, it shouldn't be.
It should
it's
be
probably
zero.
zeroed out.
It's zero, so it's
Yeah.
only going to show the locations that have
But
inventory.
one thing I will say about this is because Vax was so poor, we didn't manage inventory quantities, especially here at Bradford.
You're right.
At your location, it was pretty good. At Monson, it's pretty good. So the inventory quantities were brought over. If you look in Vax now in the live database, it's going to tell us we have nothing here. Nothing, because we didn't have quantities in Vax. So the intention is we're probably going to do a physical inventory at the end of June, somewhere in that time frame.
Okay.
Between now and then, what I'm personally going to try to do is, on a daily basis, do a cycle count of a group of products. Start building up that quantities in there. Because right now, if you look in this location in the live database, it'll say 0, even though we know we have all this stuff out here.
Yep.